Stand ready for my arrival, worm. You are given orders, you are given time, you're given more leeway than most, and yet I find my channel unprepared for my return. But more importantly, new Donkey Kong game! Yeah! Ah, yes, by the time you're seeing this, the new Donkey Kong game will be out. But sadly, my broke ass will not be able to afford this game. But I want to celebrate without making my bank account become lost media. So I decided to do one of the most popular Donkey Kong matchups, that of King K. Rool versus Marshall D. Tage, better known as Blackbeard from One Piece. For K. Rool, I'm only using feats that come from the Donkey Kong series. I know you could potentially scale him to Bowser, but since this is probably going to be the only time I talk about Donkey Kong on the channel, I want to talk about Donkey Kong, you know? For that same reason, I will be using the TV show. Now, without further ado, let's begin. It was a stormy night on DK Island. Daikon sat watch of the Kong's massive banana horde, cowering in fear due to the storm. But suddenly, he was attacked and stuffed into a barrel, and the horde was stolen. Who were the crooks behind this? The Kremlings and their dastardly ruler, King K. Rool. Donkey and Diddy set off on their conquest to get their horde back and stop the king, sparking a rivalry that would last for decades. And he has taken quite a beating during this. He has been stomped on, thrown off of his own airship, bouncing off of an island, and survived said island's own destruction point blank. But obviously, he should be comparable to the Kongs, who show their own impressive feats. And I'm just gonna cut to the chase on this one. You know it, some of you love it, some of you hate it. It's the Moon Punch. Going off of just the size we see on screen, the moon feat would be worth about 7.8 tons of TNT, squarely in country level. Funny how the main character of Donkey Kong Country is country level, but we can go even further. The Mario Moon is very inconsistent in size from game to game. Even within the same cutscene, it varies in size. So personally, using the actual moon size for a highball is fine in my opinion. Doing this bumps it up quite a bit. In fact, it bumps it up all the way up to 322 Ronotons of TNT, or Dwarf Star, which is surprisingly consistent if you take into consideration Wizpig, the main villain from Daikon Racing, who has destroyed planets, making these stellar ranges of power consistent. As for speed, again scaling to the Kongs here, they can dodge lightning, drive and react to meteorites while traveling cosmic distances inside of rocket barrels, but most impressively, DK can ride on the back of an animal, and in the background you can see multiple stars passing by. This has been calculated to be 48 million times the speed of light. Holy hell, that's a fast monkey. And during his long feud with the Kongs, he has built up quite the impressive arsenal. Boomerang crown and boxing gloves, a versatile blunderbuss with a wide range of ammunition, such as standard cannonballs, spiked variants, gas that can freeze or slow down an opponent on contact. It can also suck in opponents and boost his already impressive mobility. He was also able to make it rain cannonballs in his DKC-1 fight. A gun filled with claptraps, mini crocodiles that eat basically anything, spiked bombs, and fire electricity, a set of fake credits to fake out an opponent. Not sure how applicable this is for combat, but he got him. His ass is so fat that he can create shockwaves just by slamming the ground. Some levels of Toon Force and Broadway Force.
Well, listen here, what I make it clear? I can't believe you can't see what we see here. A crocodile, a superior species. Your Donkey Kong initial.
Think High School Musical, but the songs are incredibly ass. And despite his comical actions, he has a surprisingly high level of intelligence when it comes to the field of robotics. He built chaos out of his wife's pots and pans, a propeller jetpack, lifelike robots, a spy satellite made from barrels, although it should be noted that this never saw the end of completion. With the spiral warp, he can go to other worlds, a Dr. Eggman style hovercraft, giant robots, but his most impressive feat of technology is the Blastomatic, a massive laser perfect for all your island destruction needs. He also possesses multiple magic-based abilities. He's able to magically seal away the banana bird queen. He can evoke a curse while cutting someone's hair, making them as physically weak as a baby. He can also turn invisible as well as teleport. But this leads us to the magical items he has stolen, being two crystal fruit, the crystal coconut and the crystal banana. The coconut can heal wounds, grant wishes, see into the future, teleport you in an astral form, grant invincibility, and project images of future threats. With the crystal banana, he can grow into a massive kaiju form. Based on the size-strength ratio to his base, he should be around 60 times stronger. Applying this to the moon punch, this would mean he would at most be worth 19,000 ronatons of TNT, or small star level. Besides, this isn't the only thing he gets. He can summon meteorites, control the weather, brave fire and bombs. He should also possess abilities that other criminals have had with the crystal bananas, such as telekinesis and levitation. All in all, he is a fearsome foe, and no wonder he has been such a worthy rival to Donkey Kong and his crew. Growing up an orphan, not much is known about Teach's origin, but through the Devil Fruit Encyclopedia, he learned about the Yami Yami no Mi, and made it his life's mission to attain it, later becoming one of the members of Whitebeard's crew, and waited years biding his time, waiting for the fruit he oh so desired. Another member of his crew, Thatch, found the fruit, and, well, not letting an opportunity go to waste, he murdered Thatch in cold blood, taking the fruit for himself and abandoning the crew, and adopting the name Blackbeard. And the Yami Yami is quite the versatile fruit. Acting as a pseudo-black hole, it emits darkness with a strong gravitational pull, so strong that not even light itself can escape it, crushing whatever is in its wake. But it should be noted that we have never seen anyone be fully crushed as if they were in a real black hole, and more than likely just sends people and objects to a separate dimension. And those who are absorbed by the darkness are left as an unstable mess. He can also shoot wherever he's sucked up out in a move called Liberation. He can make balls out of this darkness. He can also use the darkness to impair his opponent's vision, travel through the ground. It also has the ability to nullify other people's devil fruit abilities, and this is the ability that made Teach obsessed with the fruit in the first place. But as a trade-off, all physical damage is amplified, and it doesn't have an elemental state like other Logia type devil fruits. But when performed on a dead devil fruit user, he's able to keep the ability for himself, and this is what he did to his old captain to take his fruit, the Gura Gura no Mi, a powerful devil fruit that creates shockwaves and earthquakes that threaten to destroy the entire world. And that's no small feat. The One Piece Earth is actually larger than ours. In fact, it is 123 times the size of our Earth. Applying this to baseline planetary, this means the Gura Gura is worth 7 yotatons of TNT, or large planet level. And post time skip, he should be much stronger. For speed, he should be comfortably in the FTL ranges via scaling above Marco, who is 3 times the speed of light, but devil fruits are the only source of his power. He also has Haki. Out of the 3 types of Haki, he is confirmed to have Armament Haki, a technique that hardens one's body for improved attack and defense, as well as Observation Haki. This ability allows him to read minds, sense the power of his opponent, small glimpses into the future, improves his reaction time, and is able to see things that aren't visible to a normal person, such as Haki and souls. But there is a case to be made that he has a third type of Haki, being Conquers. This allows him to impose his willpower onto an opponent, knocking them unconscious, granted that's if he has superior willpower over them. Although it should be noted that Teach isn't the most experienced in these forms of Haki. But regardless, Blackbeard is a fearsome opponent and is shaping up to be a truly worthy rival to the future Pirate King. So, between these two fruit-stealing pirates, who do I have winning and why is it K. Rool? First off, let's talk stats. Comparing their AP, K. Rool will be over 40,000 times stronger than the Gura Gura no Mi, off of scaling to the Moon Punch. This isn't even factoring his form with the Crystal Banana. Add on the fact that all physical damage is amplified. And I am aware that I did highball the planetary feat. You can easily argue Whitebeard was being hyped up in-universe, or the destruction wouldn't be instant, but I'm not going to do that to Teach, and when it comes to speed, again, thanks to scaling the Donkey Kong, he would be millions of times faster than Blackbeard, so K. Rool solidly takes stats. Now, I'm not one to argue a winner purely off of stats. How about when it comes to their abilities? And well, Teach actually gains some advantages here. When it comes to battlefield control, that's all him. His double fruits are extremely AoE. His observation hockey will make K. Rool's invisibility completely mute. He has a more reliable way of seeing into the future rather relying on the crystal coconut, and K. Rool has no resistances to the maddening effects of the Yami Yami or Conqueror's hockey. K. Rool's abilities more or less just press his advantage. His Toon Force makes him harder to put down than he already is. Add on the healing properties of the Crystal Coconut and the invincibility it grants, could unironically sing his way to victory. With the Spiral Warp, he could potentially escape from being trapped by the Yami Yami. If he can cut his hair, he can further his strength advantage. And Blackbeard has no counter to just being sealed away. Also, Teach has nothing against K. Rool from just wishing on the Crystal Coconut to win. Due to the massive stat advantage and a few better abilities, King K. Rool will be crowned the victor. And I don't have an outro, so here's a funny clip from the cartoon.
Why did I pay for this dinner?
Then why I brush my teeth?
Then why did I use up my best material on this?